And there is a partial verdict in the Carlos Fierro trial. Good afternoon, I'm Kim Baez. Just a little more than an hour ago, a Santa Fe jury found high-powered attorney Carlos Fierro guilty of vehicular homicide for driving drunk and running over a man outside a bar in November. But they couldn't agree on the second charge. News 13's Dave Bowman is live in Santa Fe with the latest.
Kim, almost 31 hours after 31 hours of deliberations, the jury comes back with a split verdict, but finds Carlos Fierro guilty of the most serious crime.
We find the defendant, Carlos Fierro, guilty of homicide by vehicle as charged in count 1.
Okay. With that announcement, Carlos Fierro is handcuffed and led off to jail to await sentencing. He now faces 6 years in prison for the vehicular homicide of pedestrian William Tenorio. One holdout juror kept him from a conviction on leaving the scene of an accident, a charge that could have netted him another 3 years in prison. Of course, Fierro insisted all along he thought a rock hit his windshield that night. A contingent of Tenorio's relatives left the court with mixed feelings, not at the split verdict, but at the sadness this case has brought.
My stomach's still in knots. As I told the family a couple days ago, I want them to be glad if it went our way, but not to be happy or excited because there's another family suffering now.
Fierro's lawyers say sometime next week they will file the appeal of this verdict. They claim that Carlos Fierro's rights were violated because of the switch in jury instructions, and they say that essentially guaranteed the guilty verdict. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Now, Judge Michael V. Hill set Fierro's sentencing for November 13th. Now, prosecutors tell us they haven't decided yet whether they will retry Fierro on the leaving the scene of an accident charge, which carries an additional 3 years if he's convicted. Meanwhile, Fierro's passenger, Albert Lovato, who was a passenger, former state police officer at the time, is also charged with vehicular homicide in the case. His trial date has not been set yet.